searchers, I'm Indigo Kelly with soulsearchingwithindigokelly.com. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing a 3-pile pick a card over where you will be 6 months from now. So I have 3 piles, like I said. We have the first pile with the Amethyst ring. We have the second pile with the blue Moonstone ring. And we have the third pile with the mood ring. Go ahead and take a moment now to meditate on which pile you feel like you're most drawn to today. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started with pile number 1 with the Amethyst ring. All right, so for group number 1, in the next 6 months, I'm seeing that you will possibly be coming into some kind of wealth or financial security, okay? Some of you in group number 1 might be having someone leave you some money in their will or maybe gift you an amount of money, but you will definitely within the next 6 months be feeling some kind of affluence. You're going to be doing pretty good for yourself financially. For some of you, you might be achieving this material success through just like a normal means, you know, maybe you invested some money and it's finally coming, you know, to fruition. It's finally paying off for you. Maybe you invested in real estate and that is finally paying off for you, okay? Also, I'm seeing that within the next 6 months would also be good for some of you in group number 1 to make an investment, okay? Whether that be like in the stock market or, you know, in real estate. Do remember though, with money, you know, there is no get rich quick plan, okay? Always make sure that you are planning for the long term and, you know, don't expect for something to happen and get quick returns. We're not ever going to, you know, get a huge gain that's long term if we don't put in the effort and the work, all right? Seek something that is permanent, you know, that's going to serve your ultimate career goals, all right? Don't just, you know, try to buy into some, you know, pyramid scheme or get rich quick scheme, okay? Really put in the work, really find something that's going to be long-term successful for you, okay? I'm also seeing for some of you that you are going to, possibly this financial success could be coming from some sort of family connection. I feel like this has a deep connection to your home or your community, and maybe there's an older person in your family that, you know, has been financially well off, and maybe for some of you, I think like it's a business that maybe is a family business that you might be taking over, or you might start to invest in yourself. I'm feeling like with this 10 of Pentacles, for some of you, you know, you might have someone in your family, you know, that has created this family business and really just, you know, created a legacy for his family. And some of you in the next 6 months might be, you know, either investing in that business yourself, or you might be starting to work in that business, or, you know, maybe this person is going to leave this business to you. Maybe you're going to start running this business. You know, it could be possible that the person running it is going to hand it to you because they're going to retire. But I'm definitely seeing for the people in group number 1, there's going to be some financial security, financial wealth in the next 6 months, okay? Now, for group number 1, also in the next 6 months, I'm feeling like you are going to kind of have a change in character, okay? I feel like you are going to really just become a really strong and courageous person. I feel like some of you could possibly be a Leo or other fire sign, a Sagittarius or Aries. So with this, with this strength card, I really see that, you know, you're going to have this this character, this really good character, this compassion and tolerance, and just have a lot of strength and courage. You know, any problems that might come up for you within the next 6 months, I feel that you're really going to be able to face with inner strength. Also, for the next 6 months, if you are coming across any kind of conflict or any kind of situation that might, involve like an argument or, something with another person, just really make sure that you are reacting calmly. You want to be the one that, has the calmness and the wisdom and the strength to remain calm. Don't get angry, have patience with others. Sometimes sometime in the next 6 months, you might come across people, everybody has weaknesses. And so I feel like for the next 6 months, it's going to be your job really to not allow those weaknesses to become your problem. Okay. So really just, be compassionate and be, understanding of other people's weaknesses. All right. Also, I'm seeing that for some of you, you might be looking, maybe you are not a fire sign, maybe you're going to be finding support in a fire sign, all right? Maybe a feminine energy. I can also see that some of you could really benefit from spending some time out in nature, okay? Really going outside, earthing, putting those feet on the earth and absorbing Mother Nature's strength and power and energy. And that's really going to help you build up that inner strength and keep your calmness and just really keep a level head about yourself, okay? All right, also for the people in group number 1, I'm seeing that within the next 6 months, you are going to be going through some kind of major transition or change, okay? When problems arise for you, there might be some kind of a crisis or, something, just dealing with day-to-day problems, might get you down, and just dealing with the aftermath of, like being drained from going to work and just like people at work draining your energy, or, maybe people that are just in your life, maybe even at home that are draining your energy. I'm seeing that from this is going to cause some kind of transition and change within you, okay? So with that change, for some of you, I'm seeing that the future is going to be better, okay? And things are eventually going to work out, all right? So do not let those day-to-day problems and people draining your energy get you down. Really remember that things are going to work out. It might take some kind of transition and some kind of change on your part, but remember, change is hard, but it's always for the better in the long run. We change and we grow. Remember, have a growth mindset, and just remember that even though there might be changes that are difficult, long term, you're going to change, you're going to grow, keep pushing towards, becoming your higher self, and just always ask yourself, when you're taking actions, when you're making decisions, even when you're speaking, you have to ask yourself, does this align with who I want to be? Does this align with my higher self? Okay. I see that some of you in group number 1 might be traveling within the next 6 months, by water possibly. I'm also seeing that, maybe some of you might be looking for some kind of a refuge from some trouble, some problems, okay? You are moving. Maybe you're moving to another city. Maybe you're getting another job. Maybe you're just traveling to seek refuge, okay? And so for some of you, these day-to-day problems are going to push you to the point to where that change makes you go, you know what, I can't do this job anymore, or you know what, I can't live here anymore, or you know what, I just need a break, I need a vacation, and I'm going to take this time to myself so that I can, rejuvenate my energy. So for some of you, that is going to be happening within the next 6 months. I also see that, when you make this change, you're going to be releasing some baggage, some old stuff that you've been carrying around that no longer serves your higher good, okay? So let go of that baggage and move on. Leave it behind, because there is something that is more peaceful on the other side for you, okay? You are going towards through this change, you're going to be going into a more peaceful environment, all right? All right, now also group number 1, within the next 6 months, I am seeing that you may be struggling with some sort of greed or materialism or selfishness on your part. But for some of you, it might be someone in your life, okay? So with the Devil card that this group drew, I'm seeing, you know, this person could possibly be a Capricorn. Beware of someone that is greedy, materialistic, or selfish, someone that might try to control you. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in this unhealthy situation within the next 6 months, all right? This person could also, you know, be overspending. They could be a drug addict or have some kind of substance abuse problem, or just be really compulsive. Just remember, you know, when you are letting people into your life, that you are really judging those people based on their character traits, okay? Based on their values, not just by their outwardly appearance, because sometimes somebody can just be really beautiful and really gorgeous, but their inside isn't nearly as beautiful as their outside. So really watch out for people like that within the next 6 months. Don't get trapped by earthly desires for some of you in group number 1, okay? Like I was saying, sometimes there's going to be, you know, a man or a woman that might come into your life that is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, but their inside does not match the outside. So really judge people by their inside, by their value, by their heart, okay? Don't give in to desires that are, you know, alluring. It's easy to come under, you know, the spell of certain things, you know, whether it be substance abuse. You know, there are things that just look really alluring from the outside, like, you know, the life of a rock star, for instance. You know, they just get to party and go from club to club and be with beautiful people, and, you know, those kinds of things can be really alluring, you know, like the finer things in life. And just really make sure that you watch out that you're not getting lured into those things when really, you know, it ultimately could be detrimental to you. All right. For some of you in group number 1, I am seeing that you could be doing some shadow work within the next 6 months. So if that's something that you have been thinking about or something that you're interested in, definitely look into that and do some research. Do some research about, you know, how to do some shadow work, okay, on your shadow self, with your shadow self. Also, for some of you, watch out for people and within the next 6 months that might be doing some darker magic, okay? Maybe you have some people in your life that are into that kind of thing, but really be aware, you know, protect yourself, and, you know, stay away from people, you know, that might not have, again, your best interest at heart, okay? Now, for some of you in group number 1, pulled the Hierophant card, and, you know, this is really for some of you is going to mean within the next 6 months you're going to have some kind of rite of passage. And then these two cards together, the Six of Swords and the Hierophant, both are telling me that you're going to have some kind of rite of passage within the next 6 months. So that could be a lot of things, okay? That could be a marriage, that could be the birth of a child, that could be getting your driver's license, that could be, you know, so many things. Anything that is considered a rite of passage within our society today. So really look out for something major, some kind of rite of passage, all right? I'm also seeing for group number 1 that there's going to be some major spiritual growth for some of you in the next 6 months, okay? I'm seeing that within the next 6 months, that a good thing that for you to do is really to focus on your career, your education, possibly your spirituality. I'm seeing that maybe some of you might be gaining some kind of knowledge or skill within the next 6 months that has to do with your education or with your job, okay? Also, some of you, like I was saying, it could just be spiritual growth, okay? So maybe spirituality or religious growth. Really remember, as far as your career or education, that teamwork is always necessary, all right? When you are trying to move forward in a career, make sure that you are not running into any kind of ethical conflicts. Make sure that you are doing what is expected of you. If you are bending to the authority, you are going to move up more quickly, you know, and avoid any kind of ethical conflicts that might not that might get in the way of you advancing, you know, as quickly as you would like to in your career. Always choose the moral path. Now, for some of you, this might be talking about, you know, spiritually. Maybe you are making some decisions, you know, about your own spirituality, or just day-to-day decisions, right? That's something, you know, on your spiritual journey, when you are making just everyday life decisions, even just about the thoughts that you have and the words that you say. Just make sure, for some of you, when you are just talking, that you're choosing the moral path. Like, don't say something, once again, we're returning to me thinking about your higher self. Don't say something that does not align with your higher self. Don't even think those things. And if you do, you know, stop yourself. You know, I know that I have to, on a regular basis, you know, just even thinking negative things, negative self-talk about yourself is not okay. So when you catch yourself, for some of you in group number 1, when you catch yourself, you know, having that negative self-talk, stop yourself and make yourself talk positively to yourself. Make yourself talk positively about yourself, all right? I'm also seeing for some of you that your need for social approval could possibly affect your decisions. Really watch out for that. I think that kind of goes into, you know, goes along with choosing the moral path and, you know, not having any ethical conflicts. Don't make decisions based off what is popular socially, or, you know, what is the what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever the most popular decision is. Don't follow the crowd. Don't be, you know, influenced by peer pressure. Always do what is right. Always do what you feel like aligns with your higher self, okay? Now, last, we have the Temperance card. This is the card of flexibility and change and adaptation. And this also goes along with this 6 of Swords that you got earlier in the Temperance, okay? You're going to be having some kind of change, some kind of transition coming up, okay? So with this Temperance card, I feel like those of you in group number 1 need to really be flexible and be able to adapt quickly, all right? And with this Hierophant card, you know, it's talking about teamwork and, you know, being able to respect the authority in your workplace. I think that goes along with this Temperance card also, being able to work well with others and being able to have, you know, good management skills and really just having a balance in your life, okay? This Temperance card is really reminding us to have balance and just have control over yourself. Have self-control, have control over your words, have control over your feelings and your thoughts and your, you know, the words that are going on in your head, that self-talk, whatever it is that you're saying, okay? Really make sure that you have balance in that and control over that. And again, you know, I feel like for some of you in group number 1, this Temperance card, you know, just like the Hierophant, the Temperance card is saying, you know, compromise and teamwork and, you know, bending to the authority is really going to be beneficial to you within the next 6 months, all right? I'm also seeing for some of you in group number 1, you could be having some kind of reconciliation with someone in your life, okay? There might be someone in your family possibly, or, you know, a possible loved one that could be coming back into your life that you need to reconcile with, okay? Always take the higher path and, you know, stay true to your life's purpose, okay? Like we were talking about being in alignment with your higher self and you know, staying true to your life's purpose. Stay grounded and stay in the flow. And, you know, really just make sure that you're flexible and able to adapt to any change. All right, now group number 1, the next card that you drew was Dog Spirit. And it says, be loyal to what you love. And then Dove Spirit, be peace. Okay, so earlier we were talking about with the Strength card, talking about being calm and not getting angry, and I think that this really goes along with our Dove card, okay? This is also encouraging us to be peace, okay? Be calm in the face of anger, you know, in the next 6 months. You know, if someone's coming at you with anger and with, you know, a harsh word, you know, you be the calm, you be the peaceful one, all right? Also, with the Dog Spirit card, I'm seeing for some of you, it's telling you just to be loyal in love, okay? Maybe what you love is your partner, all right? And maybe it's just reminding you within these next 6 months, you know, we're talking about the Devil card with temptation and, you know, worldly desires, and be loyal to what you love within the next 6 months. If something comes across where the, you know, the temptation to not be loyal, make sure within the next 6 months that you're loyal to what you love. Then we have the New Beginnings card. And then I think that this really goes back and confirms with the Six of Swords from earlier that, you know, there's going to be some kind of transition and some kind of change. And with this Six of Swords, you know, it's saying that that transition and that change is not always easy. But what's going to happen is after that change, you're going to be having some really nice new beginnings, okay? And this card, it really just depicts a beautiful scene with butterflies and flowers and just happy things, okay? Sunshine. So you are going to be having some new beginnings after that transition period and after that time of change, okay? Then the next card that you got is Signs, all right? When I see this card pop up in a reading, it just reminds me to tell you that within the next 6 months, group number 1, you are going to be getting some signs, all right? Really watch out for signs from your spirit guides, signs from your guardian angels, signs from your ancestors. You know, that could be synchronicities that you're seeing. Maybe you're seeing recurring number synchronicities like 1111 or, you know, 222, whatever it is that you're seeing. You know, watch out for those synchronicities, because when you see those signs, when you see those synchronicities, that is someone, your spirit guides or your ancestors, trying to give you a message, and you need to watch out for those signs within the next 6 months, okay? Then for your love cards for the next 6 months, you got Giacomo Casanova, okay? And it says, be the flame, not the moth. Always be a free agent. Promise fidelity to all. It's not destiny, it's opportunity, okay? So Casanova, kind of a player. Maybe within the next 6 months, you know, you're going to be having some fun, or, you know, be the flame, you know, draw people to you. Don't be the one that is drawn to the flame. Don't be the moth, be the flame, okay? And thinking of love more as an opportunity instead of destiny, okay? So that's interesting. And then your other love card, Marlene Dietrich, okay? Dress for yourself, not for a lover or occasion. Once you have forgiven your lover, get them to reheat the sin. It's the friends you call after hours that matters. So I think that this card is just reminding you in love to love yourself, okay? Dress for yourself. Don't dress for an occasion. Don't dress for somebody else. You know, dress for yourself. And remember that friends, you know, are the true love. Your friends that are always there for you through thick and thin, that they're the ones, you know, within the next 6 months that are really going to be there for you. And then we have a couple of other cards from the rock and roll deck, just a few fun cards to end your reading. You have Patti Smith, and it says, Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not yours. Learn to make peace with eternal dissatisfaction. The most powerful form of rebel is of the spirit, okay? So being a rebel, okay? Being a rebel in your spirit, and never being satisfied with anything, I think. Just always looking for better and looking for more, okay? And then your last card, you got Janis Joplin. Love her. Evolve, but don't compromise. You're all you've got. The power of love must replace the love of power. You are far greater than the sum of your fears. Okay? I hope that this resonated for you. Please comment down below what really hit home for you. If you like this reading and you would like to see more like it, please give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that post bell notification. As always, love and light, and happy soul searching. All right, let's go ahead and get started with group number 2 with the blue Moonstone ring. Okay? All right, so for group number 2 in the next 6 months, I am seeing, first of all, that some of you in group number 2 are possibly younger people, under 30, or you have a very young spirit, you're very, young, fresh attitude. If you are not actually below 30, possibly a Sagittarius, maybe another fire sign like Leo or Aries. I see that some of you could possibly be really just self-confident and charming, generous people. Some of you might be nature lovers and be really, active and involved in the outdoor activities. I also see that you're just a very, confident person. You are really ruled mostly by your emotions, okay? You are a very emotional person. When you're making decisions, you do that with your emotions. I'm also seeing that you just have very courageous, and you're not afraid to stand up for you're not afraid to stand up for what you believe in, and you have very strong convictions about things, all right? I feel like that you are very encouraging and inspiring to others. You're always encouraging people to do their best, and you're just a really outgoing person, all right? I'm also seeing that for some of you, within the next 6 months, I'm just seeing that you're going to be having this like limitless potential, okay? You are this free spirit, and that you have been inspired, recently to do something new, but you've not yet really taken action on it yet, okay? I feel like you're the kind of person that can really make something out of nothing. Like, you're going to be those people who are going to start your own business. Those people are going to be, having a startup company that's really going to be successful. I feel like you are, very strong, as far as your fire sign. Maybe you're not a fire sign, but there's a strong fire sign somewhere in your chart. You are just a very energized person. You have these big ideas, and you are just really not limited by your circumstances, okay? You don't let any kind of circumstances limit you. You have these big ideas, and you don't, when you are thinking about achieving these goals and these, making these ideas come to fruition, you don't let, a lack mindset, or, your actual, like there's some kind of like boundaries that, some people might look at it and go, you know what, this is going to be in my way, and I can't do this because of this is going to be in my way, and this is going to stop me. But you don't have that, okay? You do not see that, and that's very good for you, because within the next 6 months, I see that, you're going to be having some kind of major discovery, okay? You're going to have some kind of big idea in the next 6 months, okay? If you are not a younger person, like I said, you just are a really young soul, young spirit, okay? Now, for some of you in the next 6 months, I'm seeing that you're going to need to take a pause, a surrender. You're going to be needing to let go, kind of go with the flow within the next 6 months, okay? There are, like I said, with your first card, you pulled the Page of Wands, you are having these new ideas. You're this young, limitless potential, free-spirited person, okay? And I'm seeing that, with the Hanged Man, that you might need to pause for a moment, okay? You might need to make some decisions and really think about those decisions before you make them, okay? You might be having some kind of a new perspective, or you might have to make some like ultimate surrender. There might be something, that is actually blocking your way, and you might have to, it might just be a mindset though. It might just be something in your mind that is blocking you from doing a particular thing, and you're going to have to surrender that, okay? You're going to have to really, in order to have peace of mind, you're going to have to come to a final decision about something, all right? Also, put aside any selfish interest, okay? Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, and, sacrifice is necessary in order for you to be successful. And instead of trying to control any situations or any people, sometimes you just have to leave it alone. Like I was saying, let it go. Go with the flow. Don't try to control it, all right? Now, for some of you in group number 2, with the Queen of Swords, I'm seeing that, you know, there might be a very independent woman, you know, that could be coming into your life, possibly a Libra or another air sign, Gemini or Aquarius. This woman, or maybe not necessarily a woman, it could just be a more feminine energy from someone. This is a very emotionally balanced woman. She is very wise from her experiences, very direct in communication, is going to tell the truth in all matters. This woman does have a softer side, but I feel like this person, this feminine energy, is going to be helping you through some kind of, you know, transformation or transition. All right. This is, like I said, she is very, you know, unbiased in her judgment, but she does have a softer side, very independent, and she's wise from life's experiences. All right. She can always find humor in any situation, no matter how bad. And I think that this particular person has had a lot of sorrow in their life, and so they've had a lot of sorrow in their life, they've had a lot of conflict in their life, and so from that experience, you know, they don't take anything too hard. They're able to look at everything, you know, step back and look at the bigger picture and not take things too personal or too hard. They're able to find humor in any kind of situation, no matter how hard it is. They are very logical and just full of common sense and natural leadership abilities. And this person, this Queen of Swords, is going to be really honest and direct with you. And I feel like within the next 6 months, that's something that you're going to be needing to hear. You're going to need someone that is going to not sugarcoat things, all right, for some of you in the next 6 months. You're going to need to hear the truth, all right? So really listen to this Queen of Swords that's coming up within the next 6 months, okay? Before we move on from the Queen of Swords, I am seeing too that this Queen of Swords could possibly be a love interest for some of you, okay? This could be someone that's coming into your life that could be a love interest, all right? I feel like also for some of you, this Queen of Swords might be business related. This person could be, you know, someone that you are looking for advice from in, you know, in a business world, or maybe in your personal life. You know, maybe you are going through something hard, and, you know, it's something that this person has already experienced, and they're able to help you through that and give you just a lot of loving kindness and just communicate with you directly about, you know, whatever it is that you could possibly be going through, okay? I'm also seeing in the next 6 months for group number 2, some wealth and security, all right? I'm just getting these really like sophisticated, successful vibes. I think that you're going to be coming in, you know, with this Page of Wands, your first card, you know, these new ideas, this discovery, this inspiration. I think that is going to be leading with the King of Pentacles. I think that's going to be leading into some wealth and security for some of you in group number 2, okay? Possibly business wise, you know, like I said, you're going to be having some ideas, possibly opening your own business, being your own leader, being your own boss, and, you know, having some growth in that area, whatever it may be, okay? But I am seeing success for you. For some of you in group number 2, you are going to be successful. You are really, in the next 6 months, some of you are going to be really working hard, and, you know, you want the finer things in life. You want to have the nice cars and the nice homes and, you know, all the finer things in life, the nice clothes and the nice shoes and the, you know, the jet skis and the boat, you know, whatever it is that it is, you know, you want to show off that stuff. You want to, you know, show off, you know, you've worked this hard lot, you've worked this hard, You've worked really hard on this idea, on this business, and you're going to, within the next 6 months, I feel like you're really going to start seeing, you know, success and wealth. But in order to do that, you're going to have, you know, discipline, and you're going to want to be able to control yourself. Okay. I feel like some of you in this group might be, you know, really good at talking to people, you know, maybe this new, or not new necessarily, but maybe a career path that you're taking or that you have taken or you're going to take, you know, is going to involve you, you know, convincing people, to invest financially somehow, or maybe to buy something from you, or, you know, something having to do with you kind of using your gift of gab to talk to other people, okay? And I think that you're going to really be a smooth talker when it comes to that, and you are going to be able to use that to your advantage to be successful, okay? But I do really feel that for those of you in group number 2, you are really going to be able to create material wealth and financial abundance for yourself within the next 6 months. Now, like I was saying, for some of you in group number 2, it might be, you know, your own business or starting a new business. For some of you, you know, it might be just a job that you're already in, you know, or where you are. I'm really feeling like some of you might be in sales of some sort, like you are talking to people about purchasing things, and it's kind of your job to convince them, you know, that, you know, going with you or purchasing your product or the product that you're selling is the right choice, okay? So for some of you, it might not be your own business. It might just be, you know, like you're working for someone else, you know, just convincing people to buy what you're selling. All right, now you also pulled the King and Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, that for me is saying that you are going to be having some financial success and just success with, you know, within practical matters, okay? So, with the Queen of Pentacles, I'm seeing that this is also going to be a time for some of you in the next 6 months where you're just going to really kind of get back to basics. You know, it is all fine and dandy to be, you know, enjoying these finer things in life and, you know, spending money and buying cars and houses and all this stuff. But don't forget, okay, that with that material success and that materialistic kind of pleasure, you know, don't forget this connection to Mother Earth, okay? Being down to earth and staying grounded and, you know, don't forget about where you came from, and don't forget about other people, all right? Always being loyal still to your friends and family and continuing to be stable and dependable, even though you're having this material and financial success and wealth, all right? I'm also seeing, you know, in the next 6 months, you know, the more that you become financially well off, the more generous you should be, you know, really just being generous and sympathetic to others. When you are doing well, make sure that you are also being charitable when you can, and, you know, taking care of others when you can, okay? For some of you, this Queen of Pentacles might actually, for some of you in group number 2, represent fertility, okay? Now, it could mean fertility in a bunch of different ways. For some of you, this could mean that you're actually going to be, you know, getting pregnant within the next 6 months. Maybe you are looking to have a baby. And for some of you, this Queen of Pentacles is saying that's going to happen for you in the next 6 months. For some of you, it is saying, you know, fertility as far as abundance, okay? You're going to be abundant, and, you know, these ideas are going to be birthed into this security and this wealth. It's kind of like you planted the seed, and then the ground is going to be very fertile and bloom, and you're going to get, you know, what it was that you've been working so hard for, all right? Then the last card you guys have is the 3 of Cups. And again, these 2 cards are talking about a good harvest. I just said, you know, that fertile ground, that good harvest, that abundance. You're going to really just be, you know, within the next 6 months, it's going to be a period of celebration, okay? For some of you, this Three of Cups could represent a time of creativity. I'm definitely seeing abundance and abundant harvest. I'm also saying, you know, it's going to be a time of celebration, and you're going to be, you know, there's going to be some fun times in the next 6 months. You're really going to be happy, and you're really going to be celebrating, and you're going to be having these, you know, loyal friendships, and, you know, you're going to have a new understanding, I think, within the next 6 months about what makes you happy, okay? Remember your friendships and how important, you know, your friendships are at this time with the Three of Cups. You're going to want the people that you love. You're going to want those people there by your side while you're experiencing all of this abundance, and, you know, really just having a strong sense of family and community with the people and the friends around you. And, you know, I think that within the next 6 months, you're also, you know, for some of you, you're going to just kind of be the popular person. You know, you might be receiving a lot of invitations to parties and social events. Of course, you know, be careful out there at this time, right, in our world. But just really, you know, having a good time, celebrating friendships and just wealth and security. So I really see group number 2, a lot of good things happening for you in the next 6 months, okay? Now, I pulled a few oracle cards, and the first one is Mouse Spirit, and it says tend to the small things. And I think this kind of goes along with what we were talking about. You know, even though you're going to be experiencing, you know, this financial security, and you're going to be doing financially well and be wealthy, you know, don't forget about the small things. Don't forget about the things that really make you happy, all right? Don't forget your friendships, and don't forget about the small things, you know, connecting with Mother Earth, meditating, staying grounded, your friends, you know, and all the people that have been there with you all along the way, okay? And then you got clear out the clutter, Frog Spirit, all right? And I think that this could be talking about, you know, one of two things. This could be reminding you to clear out the clutter, you know, emotionally and in your mind and spiritually, or this could actually be clearing out the clutter in your home. I think those two things really go hand in hand. I always like to clean my house and clear out the clutter, and then I go through and I sage and clear out the clutter that way too, do my meditation. So in the next 6 months, you know, maybe cleaning out your home, clearing out any kind of clutter in your, you know, physically, emotionally, you know, and spiritually. All right, and then you guys, group number 2, got spiritual teaching. And spiritual teaching, this card just reminds you not to be tied down to one, you know, certain school of spirituality, but really, you know, look at a bunch of different things, you know, look into different kinds of spirituality and really just create what works best for you. You know, I'm seeing, like, for some of you in group number 2, I'm feeling like maybe you have been unable to really find what you feel like is the perfect spiritual path for you. And maybe that is just something that you're going to have to create on your own. Maybe you find value in several different kinds of spirituality, but just looking and taking what you feel like really resonates with you and creating your own sense of self and your own sense of spirituality. And then we have keep going. And I think, you know, with this, over the next 6 months, group number 2, you're going to be having a lot of success, but you have to remember that success does not come without having hard work, right? So I think that this card is just reminding you, you know, within these next 6 months, keep working hard, keep going, and spiritually too, you know, really just keep working on yourself and focusing on spiritual growth and just kind of letting go too and going with the flow, okay? Then we have a couple of just fun cards. These are the Love Oracle, and you guys pulled Greta Garbo, and it says, "Are you sure you wouldn't rather be alone? Only go to the altar if you take the lead. Marriage isn't the only way to have a partner for life. Okay, we're talking about friendships earlier, right? Don't forget your friends. And that's true, you know, just because you're not married to someone, if it's a romantic relationship, that's not the only way, you know, to have a partner in life. There's so many different, you know, options. And then you guys got Jane Austen, and her card says, none of us want to be in calm waters all of our lives. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. There are as many forms of love as there are moments in time. So I think that those two cards kind of go together, right? About there not being only one way to have a partner in life, and there to be many forms of love. So, you know, in this next 6 months, I'm seeing that, you know, maybe some of you in group number 2 are going to be finding different forms of love, maybe friendship, maybe, you know, familiar love, maybe romantic love. All right, so that is really interesting. Our last two cards are from the Music Oracle, and you guys got Lady Gaga, and this says, turn bad romance into good business. Exaggerate your contradictions. Become the star you were born to be. Okay, so we have a lot of stars coming up in this next 6 months for group number 2. I feel like there are just so many good things that are going to be happening for this group. And then your last card is Ludwig van Beethoven. And it says, a wrong note is insignificant. Playing without passion is inexcusable. Listen, destiny is knocking at your door. Conduct a symphony in silence. That is all I have for group number 2. Please comment down below what resonated for you. If you like this video and you would like to see more like it, please subscribe and hit that post bell notification. As always, love and light, and happy soul searching. All right, now let's go ahead and get started with group number 3 with the mood ring. So right off the bat for group number 3, I am seeing that within the next 6 months, you have the 7 of Swords, and I'm seeing that this is really going to be, you're going to be having some choices that are going to be confronting you within the next 6 months, okay? And only one of those choices is going to be correct, all right? So make sure that in the next 6 months that you are confronting these choices right on. You know, you may be running into some problems, but don't run away from these decisions that you're going to have to be making in the next 6 months, okay? If you, in the next 6 months, if you are trying to run away from these problems, these decisions, these commitments, it's just going to make things worse. Don't try to slip away without being noticed, okay? Also, for some of you in the next 6 months, I see that, you know, your first instinct is going to be to try to do everything on your own. But remember that, you know, you do not have to do everything on your own. If you run into something, you know, for some of you, I see that, you know, you're going to be, you know, confronted with these troubles or, you know, some decisions you have to make, and you're going to go, oh, no, and you're going to try to, like, sneak off in the night, okay? But don't do that. Don't be sneaky. But you can, when you're making these kinds of decisions, for some of you, I'm seeing this as acting strategically, okay? That is okay. If you see something that is not going to be to your best interest and you back away from that, that is totally a different thing than, you know, kind of slipping off in the night. So for some of you, you need to really watch out and make sure that you are looking out for yourself and your best interest, but at the same time, you know, don't run away from your problems. Do watch out, however, in the next 6 months, watch out for, you know, betrayal and deception, and, you know, also make sure, you know, you're not the one that is, you know, being deceptive, all right, in the next 6 months. Also, when you are making these decisions, whatever these decisions are, make sure that you aren't making selfish decisions. When you are, you know, I feel like for some of you, this might have to do with business-related things. Make sure that what you are doing is you can act strategically and you can make decisions that are in your best interest, but not to the point where it's just a really selfish decision, okay? Because that is not going to go well if you do something like that, all right? That's always going to come to light eventually. I'm seeing for group number 3 that you could possibly be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or maybe you have that strong in your chart somewhere. Then I have for you the Death card, okay? So there's going to be, for some of you in the next 6 months, some kind of major transformation, okay? Some kind of transition, some kind of rebirth, all right? This could be, like metaphorically speaking, like a personal, rebirth followed by some great change in your life, okay? It doesn't always necessarily mean physical death. It could mean that, but it could really mean in group number 2 some kind of ending, some kind of change. But remember that endings always come with a new beginning, okay? I'm also seeing for some of you, this might just be kind of an end of an era for some of you. You're going to be putting the past behind you. Maybe you've been carrying along some old baggage for a long time, and it's time for you to put that baggage away. Time for you to put that past behind you, all right? I'm seeing also for some of you that this Death card is just representing, the fear of change and the fear of the unknown. You're feeling like, I don't, in this next 6 months, maybe you won't be completely in control of everything. And that really kind of scares you, all right? So in this next 6 months, for some of you in group number 3, I'm seeing that you should really focus on the essentials of life, okay? Focus on just day-to-day life, going to work and coming home, focusing on your mental health and focusing on just staying grounded and just the simple pleasures in life, okay? Spending time with family and, spending time in nature, just really focusing on the simplicity of life, okay? But definitely for those of you in group number 3, I'm seeing some kind of transformation, rebirth, some kind of ending, some kind of change, okay, within the next 6 months. Also, for those of you in group number 3 with the Page of Pentacles, I'm seeing that you are going to, in the next 6 months, this is really a promise of some kind of an abundant harvest, okay? You might, with this change card have some kind of upcoming challenge, but I definitely see that you are going to have some kind of financial opportunity happening in the next 6 months, okay? Some of you have possibly been, really manifesting abundance, or you are going to be manifesting abundance in the next 6 months, and this is going to be really positive for you, and I feel like that is going to really produce an abundant harvest for you. Even though, with this change and this rebirth with the Death card, make sure that you remain in high spirits. Remain optimistic, okay? I see that in the next 6 months, you are the kind of person that's really going to make friends easily. You are a charming person. You're very sociable. You're very smart and educated, and you have a really good head on your shoulders, okay? So really make sure that you are thinking before you speak and that you are just manifesting positive things in your life. Remember, whatever the dialogue in your head that is going on, on replay, we all have a certain dialogue in our head and our mind. Make sure that dialogue is manifesting positive things, not negative things. For some of you, this Page of Pentacles, I'm seeing that is going to be, possibly someone new coming into your life, or someone that's already there that is going to be someone that's really going to look out for you, all right? This is going to be someone that you're going to be able to trust, and they're really going to have an effect on your life. This person could be a Capricorn or another earth sign, possibly a Taurus or a Virgo. This person is really going to be, optimistic and high-spirited about you. They're going to be very charming. You're going to find them very charming. And they're going to be loyal and honest and trustworthy, and they are really just going to have a major effect on your life within the next 6 months. This could be a younger male, or this could be, you know, a younger person that just has a male energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a male, okay? All right, and then also for group number 3, in the next 6 months, I'm seeing possible new relationship. And for those, some of you, that could be that Page of Pentacles that we're talking about, you know, maybe a new love interest in this Page of Pentacles. This could also just be, for some of you, a new friendship, or maybe someone even in your family. I see that you're going to be, you know, finding joy and inner peace within the next 6 months. For some of you, though, I do feel like this Page of Pentacles is, you know, your next great love, okay? This might be, you know, a person that you're going to fall in love with within the next 6 months, okay? Really follow your heart and trust your instincts when it comes to this new relationship that's going to be coming. Sometimes, for some of you in group number 3, you might have the tendency to keep your guard up and not open your heart, but I feel like this is a good time to go ahead and let that guard down, open your heart, and trust this person. And I feel like some of you in this next 6 months, you might be finding your soulmate, or maybe not necessarily a romantic soulmate. It could be, for some of you in group number 3, your romantic soulmate, but for some of you, this might be a friend, your soulmate friend. I know there are people in your life that are your, you know, your soulmates as far as friendship goes, or in your family. And I think that, you know, some of you are going to be finding that person within this next 6 months. For some of you in group number 3, I'm really seeing that you're going to be having some kind of a, you know, divine like intervention, or some kind of a spiritual awakening within the next 6 months. So if that is something that you have been thinking about, you know, maybe some of you have been studying about, you know, spiritual awakening, and I feel like something is really going to happen for you within the next 6 months when it comes to that. And then you have the Ten of Swords, and I'm seeing with the Ten of Swords, for some of you, you know, there might be some sort of painful endings. And, you know, with the Death card and the Ten of Swords, you know, there's going to be some kind of change, some kind of endings. I don't know if this is going to be like a romantic relationship that's going to be ending, or maybe like a conflict in a friendship. But for some of you, this could be, you know, maybe you have a roommate that you're living with, maybe a boyfriend or girlfriend, and that could possibly be coming to an end for some of you. But just remember, you know, that even in, you know, your darkest times, you're going to be able to find peace and calm. And don't forget, you know, even though there might be some painful endings, this Ace of Cups really, you know, remind you of a promise of new relationships, of your soulmate. And so, you know, some of you might be ending a relationship within the next 6 months, but you are going to find peace and calmness in this new love, in this new relationship. You know, this might not be necessarily a love. It could just be a soulmate best friend, or, you know, it could actually be, for some of you, this Page of Pentacles that is going to be your soulmate in your life that you're going to find within the next 6 months. Also, group number 3 with the High Priestess. In the next 6 months, I'm seeing that you are really just going to have inner peace and inner strength in your subconscious mind, okay? When you are facing these troubles in your life, whether it be these endings, or, you know, these painful endings, or this change, this rebirth, the best thing for you to do is really just to have a passive reaction. You know, don't let your emotions get the best of you. Remain calm and just be sure of the outcome. You know, there is divine timing, and there is, you know, a time when things have to end, and there's a time when things have to change, and then there's a time for new beginnings. And so even though there might be something that might be ending within the next 6 months, for some of you in group number 3, I really feel like, you know, ultimately you're going to have this inner peace and this inner strength in the end. And when it comes to, you know, questioning, you know, what is the, you know, what's going to happen? What are the answers? Just remember that, you know, there is divine timing. And then to all of the questions that you have, you know, those answers are inside of you. Really tap into your, you know, your gut feelings, and remember to trust your intuition. And for some of you, the High Priestess, I feel like, could represent that a mysterious woman could possibly be entering your lives, okay? Or a mysterious person. Also with the High Priestess, I feel like that is going to represent balance in your life, okay? The balance between dark and light. The balance between darkness and light, okay? The balance between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, all right? So really finding that balance within yourself, all right? So that is all for your tarot. And then I have some oracle cards, all right? And the first oracle card from the Animal Spirit Oracle, you got Whale Spirit. Trust the great mystery. And so just like we were talking about earlier, trust the divine. There's divine timing. Things end and things begin, but you just have to trust the mystery, you know, go with the flow, let it go, trust the divine, trust spirit, okay? And then you got Coyote Spirit, and this says exactly what I just said. Trust in divine detours. So change. Things not going as you had thought they would, or things not going as planned. Trust the divine. Go with the flow. Just know that if there's a detour or there's something happening that you didn't plan on, the divine has a plan, all right? And then the next card from the New Orleans Oracle deck is the Elusive Priestess. With the Elusive Priestess, you just have to know that you have everything that you need, and you just have to be willing to let go of the idea of what should be, okay? What we think in our logical minds of what should be is not always within our understanding what's actually going to be, okay? So really just letting go of that preconceived notion that things should be this way, okay? And then we also have end of cycle. All right, and this really goes along with everything we've been talking. Every single one of these oracle cards are so right on with the same theme. The ending of something, okay? There might be, things might end and things might change, and you might have some kind of painful endings or rebirth or transition or transformation. But with an ending, you know, end of cycle, okay, you're going to be having new beginnings, okay? Things that are bigger and better. Trust the divine, you know, trust the great mystery, okay? Trust in divine detours, okay? Really just trust the divine and know that just because you don't know exactly how it's going to go down, or it doesn't go down the way that you think it should, doesn't mean that it's going to go wrong. I really feel like that for those of you in group number 3, you know, the divine has something really great planned for you. And, you know, we don't always know what it is. We don't always know how it's going to end, but we just have to trust that, you know, it's going to be okay. And it is. It's all going to be okay, because you guys got this High Priestess card as your last card. And, you know, that's telling me you're going to be, you know, the situation is really going to end with you just having inner peace and balance. Okay. Then I pulled some fun cards for you guys about love from the Love Oracle and the Music Oracle. So your Love Oracle is Billie Holiday, and it says, a kiss never tasted is like a fine wine wasted. Woo-hoo. You'll never know when to stop until you've had too much. You can find friends in the darkest places. Okay, so this, I think, Ace of Cups, new friendships, right? New friendships, new loves, new soulmates. Then the other love card is Diana, Princess of Wales. Love her. Better to have one night of pleasure than a whole life of misery. Don't ask, don't tell. DNA tests are for commoners. The truth is, there are many people in every marriage. Okay. And then your Music Oracle, Jimi Hendrix. Only losers stay in tune. If you live in a room full of mirrors, all you will see is yourself. Technology is a tool, but it will never set you free. And then your last card is Edith Piaf. And I'm probably going to say this wrong. It says, ne regrette rien. I think that means don't regret anything, I think. Live with every fiber of your being and weaponize your flaws. Okay, awesome. So that is all I have for group number 3. Please comment down below what resonated with you. If you like this video and you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe and hit that post bell notification. As always, love and light, and happy soul searching.